All right, still got to watch the film, but overall I thought it was a really good competitive scrimmage with our guys. Lots of back and forth, some wins on both sides of the ball, which is kind of what you want in this situation. Looks a lot of cleanup from last week, much cleaner operationally. I thought guys did a good job of showing great effort and running to the ball and taking care of the ball. We did have a couple takeaways. Obviously, that's an area for improvement.
Who had the takeaways?
Brandon Johnson had a takeaway. Dante Manning had a takeaway.
You said you wanted to see more explosive plays. Just what did you kind of work on throughout the week, and did you see it translate today?
Yeah, more so than anything, how you play without the ball. When you're the guy that doesn't have the ball, are you blocking down the field? Are you creating that? Creating those opportunities.
Talking about some of the operation stuff, just cleaner from penalties, from pre-snap motions, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, and we still had some, Mike, but it wasn't the. We still have more penalties than I want to see. But ultimately, a huddle break operation, how quickly we can get to the line of scrimmage and execute a play, a lot of that was cleaner.
You talked about physicality in your team videos that you guys are releasing. Are you seeing that translate out into these scrimmages and
yeah, I think so.
Your toughness?
Yeah, I think so.
Terrence and Coach Maringer kind of talked yesterday just about how selfless all of the receivers and really all the parts of the offense have kind of been. Is that something that you kind of instilled in them? Is that something that you kind of see, like them build the characteristic themselves? What do you think?
I mean, ultimately, it takes player ownership to have that mentality, and I don't think that's natural, right? So even if they're saying, hey, we're selfless, I think they're consciously telling themselves they have to be that. But every great team I've been around, individual success comes through team success, and those guys recognize that.
How important are days like today for kind of determining how some of these freshmen or newcomers are prepared to help you guys this fall?
I think today is extremely important as far as laying out what the season looks like. I don't think it matters that much, right? Because there's a long season, and we got to continue to develop players within our program. Where these next 2 weeks look like, that's really important to see where we're at. But what the growth looks like 11 weeks from now could be completely different, right? And who you have. But we got to figure out who can play football quick. I think today gives us a great idea where that's at, and then who we got to develop to get us where we need to be.
Dan, do you have benchmarks that you want to be at after like 2 weeks of practice, after 2 scrimmages? Are you guys meeting those?
Example of a benchmark that you're looking for?
What you want to see as practice gets, if you're getting better, if you're on track at the start of the season.
I want to see us get better, for sure. That's definitely a benchmark. Is there a specific benchmark? No. Yeah, I want to see us get better, absolutely.
How much closer do you feel like you guys are to really realizing the identity of what you want this team to be this season?
We're closer than we were when we started, and we still got plenty of growth to make. Yeah.
How does Charlie Picker kind of factor into the offensive line?
He's proven to be reliable. He's been accountable. He's been a guy that's been in the system for a long time and understands what we're looking for, and he's going to have a role with our team.
Where is Matt Bedford right now in terms of status?
Yeah, he's down. He's down for a little bit. I think it's bound to be determined, like based on his recovery, what that looks like, and we're not going to be selfish with trying to push him back to get him here tomorrow. I don't think that's realistic. Will he be able to play games for us this year? Yeah, absolutely. I think he will.
When the Shad was in kind of a similar situation a year ago, but now he kind of finds himself on the other side. What have you seen from him this fall camp to where if you have to call upon him early, that he'll be ready to do that this year?
Yeah, that's part of that competitive depth that we talk about, right? I think, Nishad's worked his tail off to put himself in position to be able to help us, and as well as some other guys on that interior line. So that gives us an opportunity to figure out what our best lineup is.
Some of your newcomers have talked about the two sets of groups going at the same time and how that's different, and they've liked it. Have you seen kind of the developments of that and the positive impact that it's had in creating more depth?
Yeah, I think ultimately you can get better watching other people play football, but you get better when you play football, right? And the more guys we can get on the field playing football, the better we're going to get.
Can you envision a scenario, Dan, where Poncho's not at center, where maybe he's a guard, or Marcus is at center, or Charlie's at center, or one of these in terms of moving around?
I think my job is to envision every scenario where anyone can be. So yeah, absolutely, we envision a multitude of scenarios what that looks like.
What's the progress with Jaleel, and how close is he to being?
Yeah, he's not there yet. Still conservative on what we're letting him do. He's still going to be aggressive with his rehab and put him in a position where he can go out there and do more for us. But right now, he's not available.
And how far away is Dave from being able to just do it?
He's closer. What that looks like, he hasn't been full go yet. So we'll see if we're able to get him there before season kicks off.
So this week ahead, where you start to shift a little bit more to ones and twos, and not just get into game scheming for week one, but more practice group wise.
Yeah, these next 3 days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we'll still be really working us, and we'll get some different things that will show up in the season that aren't necessarily Idaho specific. And then as we get into the weekend, we'll start working more specific on game one.
Do you feel like the team is starting to get a sense of how close they are to the season? Or are you seeing more of a revamped effort for them in these practices and in these scrimmages so far? far?
I think they know how much time's left till game one, but what we try to do is focus on the day that we're on, right? That's kind of the focus.
You see improvement from the younger quarterbacks from scrimmage 1 to today?
Yeah, I'll need to go watch the film and see exactly what it looked like, but there's certainly some positive out there today.
What were you hoping to see from Dylan specifically today, and what did you see from him?
Yeah, operate the system, right? Operate the system, understand the situation, be able to execute and go out there, and I thought he did that.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it.